Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 2 of season 2 of The Last of Us. In the last episode, we spent a majority of it just kind of catching up with everybody after this 5-year time skip following the events of season 1's finale. And over those 5 years, a little bit of a rift has occurred between Joel and Ellie. Jackson, though, is expanding and ever growing, and because of that too, it's introducing new problems. We've got a lot of lovely little additions to the lore, to the story that was not in the games, which was a lot of fun to see them kind of play with. Some changes, some pretty significant changes, some little minor changes as well. Last episode was also bookended, catching up and following up with a group of survivors from the slaughter of the Fireflies at their outpost at the end of season 1, seeking retribution for what Joel did. And we ended the episode with that group on the mountainside overlooking Jackson. Before we get into this, I do want to remind everybody that next week's episode, episode 3, the reaction for that's going to be kind of late. I won't be back from Vegas from Level Up Expo until Monday morning, so I'm going to be trying to get that out as fast as I can once I get back here. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. So it should be out later Monday or at the latest, maybe Tuesday, but I'm going to try to get it out the Monday following so that we could kind of at least be a little bit on time. But after that, after Level Up, that's my last trip for a while. So every reaction should be pretty much on time from there onward. So that's where we left off. So let's get ready to hop into this week's episode. If you want to see the full reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 2. Here we go. Oh, looks like we're doing it again.
He's dead. I don't know you. Don't go in there. Stop it.
This is interesting.
Go back. His brains are on the floor. You're lying.
Wow.
Let's just say we get past the gates, the guards, the patrols.
They also got dogs.
Okay. And the dogs. We still don't know where Joel is in there.
We ambush a patrol, make them tell us where Joel is.
Make them.
Yeah, we said that we weren't gonna hurt anyone else, just
No,
Joel. I'm not gonna...
Relax. I'm not saying we would. I'm saying we bluff.
I do have the beginnings of an idea for a plan. Maybe. Just need some time. I have to let it crystallize.
Then let's buy you some time then. I'll take the next watch.
Even the snowman's cold.
You don't actually have a plan, do you?
No, I do. The plan is to convince her to go back. Because if we don't, the only people getting killed out here are us.
Hey. Wow, you look like shit. 8 a.m. patrol.
Okay, give me a minute, I'll get changed.
I heard you had quite the night after I left.
Yeah, she kissed me. It was just Dina being Dina. She was high, she won't even remember.
I was talking about some fight you had with Seth and Joel. You kissed her.
No.
Wow, Ellie, come on. We've been broken up 1 week and you made a move on her?
I didn't make...
Seriously?
I wouldn't do that.
I'm screwing with you, man. I already know. I don't care. Come on, get dressed. You gotta go.
You're the worst.
Or the best.
Did that, though. Last night, Kylie and Max found a pile of dead infected near 7 cabins. Frozen stiff. They didn't think anything of it until 30 live ones broke through from underneath the corpses. They're using their own dead like insulation.
Ew.
Fuck, they're
Ooh.
big.
That's
Yeah,
nasty.
sprint back on their horses, send a squad out to clear the infected, but now we're thinking we don't know how many are underneath the snow. Could be
Dude,
30
that's
more,
terrifying.
1,000 more.
1,000. Get the fuck out of here.
Ah, yes. Certainty masquerading as knowledge. It's very Ellie of you. Also, somebody told the council a ghost story about the world's smartest infected, and now everybody's spooked out of their minds.
It wasn't a ghost story. You know what? No offense, man. I'm gonna do my patrol with Joel.
Yes, offense, because that's the one person you've been avoiding like the plague.
Well, we're better now, okay? My shit with Joel is complicated. I know that. From the outside, it probably looks really bad. It has been really bad. But I'm still me, and nothing's ever gonna change that. Ever. So you can all stop talking about us, worrying about us, and thinking about us. All right?
So you two hash it out.
Did you not just hear the words that came out of her mouth? Oh, I love it though. This is so good.
Who's who?
Dina, we left an hour ago. For what it's worth, he wanted to go with you, but he said we should let you sleep. Let's hit the restaurant.
This is bullshit, right? It's just a drill.
Yeah, it's a drill.
Unless we're attacked, and then it's not.
Correct.
Ah, fuck me. Stay where you are.
So last night I obviously had a few too many.
It happens to everyone. People get drunk and say awful shit they've never thought before.
Ellie.
No, that's fair. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have even thought it. I'm sorry. Made you two some sandwiches if you're going out there. They're steak. You be safe out there.
Yep.
Are we worrying about that?
Nah, it'll just be up in the mountains.
Dude, just looking at her right now is making me cold. That is fucking gorgeous though, man. Dude, that looks nasty. And we are almost certainly going to have to worry about that.
Mountaintop, repeat. Repeat.
Lovely. Too much interference.
Go find Amy in the radio room. Tell her to crank the signal. Call all the patrols back. Yeah, all right, but I think we're too far out to make it back. I know a spot. We can hold up there.
Shelter in place at your local 7-Eleven.
Am I fucking hallucinating?
Maybe. You see a 7-Eleven full of weed?
Yeah.
Then no.
How'd you know about this place?
Eugene. He was my first patrol partner.
Firefly medallion.
Eugene was a firefly?
Yep, just early on though. Good back in 2010.
How fun?
He said he was tired of killing people. I think he was in Vietnam. That was a raw deal. Joel having to put him down.
Well, more people know
Fucking
about
shame.
this.
Guy makes it through a war. End up going out like that.
Like what?
What are you gonna do? Couldn't be saved.
Did he get infected?
Yeah.
Because I was corrected about last episode that, you know, he died of a stroke in the games. I think what I heard was people speculating based on stuff we learned in the trailer for this. And I got those wires crossed. Just slide down the hill. That's what I would do. Well, not like that though. Fuck. That was graceful. Ooh, that's... Oh, lovely. It's one of those nests they were talking about. Ooh. Oh, that is terrifying. Oh, wait, what the hell is avalanche? Uprooting the... Nope. Now that's terrifying. Oh my God. Oh my God, we got a whole ass stampede, dude. Let's fucking go. Dude, we're so close to having some World War Z type shit where they are like a wave. Oh, shit. Oh. That would be terrifying. God forbid if you're claustrophobic too.
Can you run? Run! That way! I'm coming. You good? Hey, kid!
Yeah, I'm good.
Any bites? Let's go.
What do we do?
We leave!
Back to Jackson? It's too far. We'll freeze before we get halfway.
I'm aware.
Okay, Joel, if we stay here, we die. If we go out there, we die.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
The lodge. My friends are holed up in a lodge halfway.
Oh, you bitch.
Fuck it, it's all we got. Are your friends armed?
Yeah.
Good. We're gonna need them. Get on.
Oh my God, dude. God, so far we've had some things like 1-for-1 pulled out of the games from this whole little sequence, but there's also been some major like tweaks as well. So like, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, man. But God, that sequence was so well done.
Jesse,
What?
check it.
Oh my God.
I'm taking this with me.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
This is Jesse. You're barely there. Amy? Repeat? No, why?
Fuck.
Oh no. Oh shit, I forgot about the stuff in the pipes. Oh, if they poke that shit, it's gonna tell it's gonna lure them right here. That's good for the people out there.
Gotta go faster!
I know. I'm trying.
Horse only goes so fast. Good God. Or is that gonna activate new infected to go that way? Or are they gonna shift? No, they're still gung-ho. Oh no. Oh my God. No, they are turning around. Oh no. This is not a drill, gang. Oh, what are those for? What is that?
Jackson, hold!
Loose! Oh. Oh my God, that is wicked. That's a decent plan, man. And then light it up after enough of it's dispersed. Jeez. Dude, this is insane.
Oh, God.
I have to go back.
We won't make it.
If I don't make it, I don't make it.
We're almost there.
Ah.
We've got blankets, ammo. My friends can help you get back. We can fight.
God. Oh, where are they turning off to? Where are they going? What are they doing? They're moving. Oh, whoa, what the hell? Oh, we got a big boy.
They're gonna breach. They're gonna breach.
Oh my, they're sending it in to ram the door down.
They're breaking through. Get ready. Good.
Oh my God, what a sound. It's like the modernized version of the Battle of Winterfell. Oh! Oh, Tommy. Drawing aggro. Oh, the sound design in this series, man, is phenomenal. Unlike the Battle of Winterfell, nobody's been caught in a inescapable situation and still escaped just yet. Everything's been pretty damn well balanced out. Dude. Uh-oh. Running out of fuel. Oh, thank God. Whew, that was close. When an enemy's death animation is really, really long. Oh, she activated her kill streak. Jesus. Oh, God. Dude, this episode has been insane.
Inside! Inside! Keep your coat on, all right? It's okay. I think I see just a little frostbite on your wrist, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna take a look. Easy. We're gonna raise your body temperature up.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Ammo, whatever weapons you have. We're heading out in 3 minutes.
Sorry, I'm Abby. This is Nora, Manny, Owen, and Mel.
Jackson, come in.
Her name's Dina, and he
Is Joel.
Jackson, do you copy? Does anyone copy? Any patrols? Anyone? Tommy, if you can hear me.
Joel.
We're not gonna hurt her. Not if you cooperate. We're just gonna put her to sleep for a while. If you don't do it, I'm gonna smash her in the fucking head.
You wanna rob us? Fine. Take what you want.
We look like raiders to you?
No.
What do we look like?
Military.
Fireflies?
Haven't you heard? There are no more fireflies. They're all gone.
Get that shit away from me. This is going to put you to sleep. This is going to put you to sleep for 1 hour. That is all. I promise.
That's a nice scar you have on your right temple there. I'd say you're about, what, 6 feet? In your 60s now? You actually are. Pretty handsome.
Just outlining the description she was
I'm gonna
given.
give you one chance to tell the truth, Joel. If you do, I'll let her live.
Wait, Abby.
Shut up! Where was the last place you saw the fireflies?
Salt Lake.
At least you're honest.
I saved your life.
What life?
Oh!
Tourniquet him.
Mel, let's just do what we came to do.
You're tough. I guess you probably have to be killing all those people. Do you know how many you killed that day? 18 soldiers and 1 doctor. An unarmed doctor. That was my dad. The nurses said you barely even looked at him when you pulled the trigger. And then you just walked right past his body and out the door. But I looked at him. I saw him. I was 19. I've been in a militia for 5 years now. Our commander trained us to follow a code. We don't kill people that can't defend themselves. And right now, that's you. But I am going to kill you. It doesn't matter if you have a code like me, or you're a lawless piece of shit like you. There are just some things everyone agrees are just fucking wrong. You know, it's funny. I have waited so...
Just shut the fuck up and do it already.
You don't get to rush this.
Abby. Abby.
Joel, get up. Joel, fucking get up!
End it.
Joel, get up. Please. Get up. Get up. No, please, no, please don't, please don't do it, please. Please don't. Please don't. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna die. You're all gonna fucking die.
Wow, what a fucking sight. Oh. Wow, what the fuck, man. All right. Well, we got there in episode 2, the big old hurdle. Like, even just knowing it's coming and then having been there before and seeing the outcome, it still is like a knife getting twisted all the same, man. It was just, it's still so hard to watch for me, man. It's so messed up. And Bella Ramsey did a really good job. Like, when she came in and just saw him, and once she got knocked to the ground, her just screaming and pleading and all of it, it was just, again, just a turning of that knife. One of my kind of hangups in the game with how Abby and Joel kind of found themselves in this situation was that it was very different than this. There were some very strong similarities, but it was the circumstances that led Joel to her group was different. Having Jackson being in the middle of this battle, the people there, his brother, nephew, all of it, like fighting for their lives against this massive wave of infected and not being there to be able to help, it puts him in a headspace to where I think it makes a lot of that a lot more believable in the moment, and then brings him into this as she's offering help. It's like, hey, we see that this is going on. I got some guys up there. Let's go check in, restock, get our supplies. I'll get my guys. We'll go down and help. Like it preys upon his desperation to get back to Jackson to help. And given the situation they are with the storm and everything, it makes that so much more, I think, smooth into how we get him involved with this whole little circle here. The way that whole thing played out was really good, and Caitlin Dever is doing a fantastic job here. Again, everybody that they've cast in the show, I think, are just, there's reasons they got the job, and they are killing it when it comes to delivering these rush of emotions, these complex emotions as well. And I like even her group, the way they're reacting to just how far she's taking it beyond just Joel and endangering an innocent, somebody that didn't have any involvement in at all with what happened with Dina. You know, it was like, oh, we're putting you to sleep. You'll be fine. We'll keep you out of this. See, she's breathing. And then she's like, do it or I'll kill her. Which all of them were like, that wasn't what we thought was going to be happening here. At every turn, they're shocked and in awe of how brutal Abby is taking all of this as far as exacting her vengeance, especially with how Joel treated the Fireflies. Like, I like that she highlighted the fact that, you know, and it's hard for me to distinguish what was and was not in the game, because again, it's been a while, and I don't remember how far they went into it with that monologue that she gave, to be completely honest. As far as I remember, I don't know that Joel wholly knew why they were killing him. Hey guys, Eddie Omni here. So I did double check it, and yeah, she does not tell him at all why she's there to kill him in the game version of these events. You know, given his long track record of wronging people and also just kind of putting the puzzle pieces together, it's hard to know if he actually knew at all when he went out, or just that he's wronged so many people at this point. Surely he's probably expected somebody's going to come and knock in one day, and they did. Once she kind of came in to started to kind of rattle things off, he's like, just do your deed, just shut up and get it over with. And that's kind of the end of the conversation, because immediately when he says that, she follows up with you don't get to rush this line. The much shorter exchange between the two. I do think that her kind of going on this kind of diatribe here does kind of I think lean a little bit more into pulling the audience into being sympathetic with her, as she's kind of describing like her experience through discovering her father, what their version of Joel's events from that perspective, or at least her point of view on it. Looking back at it, I do think the scene overall in the game was a little bit cleaner, but yeah, it definitely does spell it out for everybody, like nice, neat, and clean here. And it gives Joel, not that he needed it, I don't think, but an understanding and closure as to why this happened before it did. But here, she 100% made sure he knew. Like, you killed my dad. You didn't even give it a second thought. The nurses there, they said you barely even looked at him when you shot him, and then you just walked out, paid his body no mind. Like, everybody there was just meat, just an obstacle to remove to get him and Ellie out of there. And that feeds into what I talked about last season about tribalism, about the way you view others versus your own, especially when you get into a protective mode like that with Joel. It becomes about you and the people you know, and everybody else falls to the wayside. That's a really great encapsulation of that. Like, what that person meant to her is exponentially greater than what he viewed in that moment because he had no association with this person, and then we justify it by using these things, our connection. Oh, this is what you were going to do to mine, so you deserve this. The way our mind can twist things to justify the most heinous acts, it's fascinating in a way. And the heartbreaking thing about this too is that Joel and Ellie never got to have that resolution. They still had that rift. They hadn't worked it out. They haven't talked. There's so much left unsaid, unresolved. And sometimes that's the painful reality of losing somebody you care about. Sometimes you never get to have that final conversation. You're left with a million things you wish you should have said, or you were left on a bad note, and then that's the memory, the regret, the pain you have to carry from that as well. And we're seeing this also start to keep that cycle of violence going, because he did this to protect Ellie, and now that caused her to lash out at him, and now because of what she did, exacting her own revenge, now Ellie is swearing her own. It's that cycle of violence, and that's what we're seeing at play here. The consequences of Joel's actions bleeding in and feeding and festering and growing this wheel. While this is such a huge gut punch, this is just the beginning of this roller coaster, man. Because again, there's a reason why I only played the first game one time. It's because it was an endurance test of the soul. And just the scope and the scale of this horde attacking Jackson. The way they incorporated the veins into that pipeline, how it got into their water line, and how when they were going in there, chipping it apart to repair it or whatever they were doing to burn out those vines, just simply by doing that, brought the infected there. And the way they moved and shifted around, especially when they met that resistance at the gates of Jackson, how they kind of like, again, they operate as a hive. So it's interesting to watch like the worker ants, the warrior ants or whatever, the drones, the main line, the forces, the many shift out of way to make room for the bloater to come in and be this battering ram to break down the defenses. The way they operate as this swarm, as this unit, as an army of their own, it was kind of fascinating to see them kind of almost think through a situation. And I like how they established that Jackson has these drills where, hey, hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, we'll be prepared. Like, at least lay the groundwork that they have a fallback plan, or at least an idea of a plan if certain things were to occur. And then we see it enacted in this very same episode as well. What was routine turned into a time where they needed to put all of that to use. And it very much so did with the weather and everything going on, this horde of undead. It did very much so remind me of a much more brightly lit Battle of Winterfell, with the White Walkers storming the castle and everybody fighting back, though none of our major players found themselves in an impossible to escape situation and getting out completely unscathed. Though Tommy got backed into a corner with that bloater, but managed to actually deal enough damage that just before it could get to him, it toppled over. Which I like that, because like sometimes in a game you don't know. Sometimes you don't know when the death animation really kicks off, and you find yourself like, oh God, is it still coming? Is it still coming? And then it just kind of falls over, and you get that little sigh of relief. Flip side of that too, there's a lot of games that'll do that too, in which you don't know that they're dead yet, and then you just wasted a bunch of ammo while they're still kind of going through their motions. and they fall over and you're like, well, shit, I could have just stopped shooting a long time ago. I just wasted a shit ton of ammo. That's kind of what I was thinking about in that moment. And then the fallout of Jackson as well. Them obviously going to have to patch up the wall and sift through the dead. And then we see the people that got bit and them having to be executed. You know, there's a lot of layers to this episode that I wasn't prepared for them to really go into. And again, it's how this show does a really good job at showing multiple perspectives of what's going on and highlighting a lot of different things. Because like with what's going on with Jackson and the Horde and everything like that, we were very much so locked into our perspectives and away from most of that. And we get to play around with that a lot and shine a lot more light on the world itself. And then again, I just want to talk about too, we're getting a lot of Eugene sprinkled in through all of this as well. And as far as I remember, I do believe we're going to be getting, like we did with Bill and Frank, a Eugene-centric episode, because they keep bringing him up and talk about him like in the game, like they talk about him in the past tense and stuff like that, because just like with that, he is dead, though the circumstances of his death are completely different. And now, like at first, I was thinking like, okay, did he find out in the show? Did he find out about Ellie and Joel, killed him or whatever? But then that wouldn't add up with what Catherine O'Hara said in the way that I understood why you had to do it. Because if she knew why and it was Ellie, that means she would know, and then I would think then Joel would have to kill her too. So it had to be something else. Maybe he got bit, maybe he got infected, maybe something else happened. Because the way they talked about it in this, they were talking about, oh man, and even Jesse knows that Joel had to kill him. So that seems like it's just common knowledge that this happened. So what exactly happened? It sounds like maybe there was some, he's going on patrols or something happened and maybe he got infected and they had to put him down or something. I don't know. They really seem to be leaning into that a lot, especially once we kind of find his little secret hideout here where he's been growing his stock. I can't wait to see us kind of dive into that and see what the show's going to do with that storyline and where they're going to take that in the way that the games didn't. Hey guys, Editing Omni here real quick. I was going through this again and I got to the part where they were talking about what happened to Eugene, and it made me think about this little moment, that this little reaction or comment that I didn't quite catch. So if Joel put him down, there's a couple of different layers to this, because not only has he suppressed many a Firefly in his history, but he suppressed yet another one. And it's implied in this that he was infected. And if you tie that to Joel's own actions and the fact that there was this little comment that said, sucks what happened to him, and the fact that he couldn't be saved. And then it cuts to Ellie being like, yeah, like solemnly accepting that because she was the cure or could have been the cure. So there's part of that is hearkening back to what Joel did and her own purpose and how that has been kind of taken away, how there is a potential that maybe Eugene could have lived if a cure had been found. So there's some guilt, there's some pain there as well. So it's almost like a knife to her. Hearing that as well, she could have, or at least at one point believed that she could have been able to potentially save all these lives that are lost to this infection. And yet again, Joel was this person who intervened and had to scrub out yet another life, a life that was ended that could have potentially have prolonged or been saved or anything like that. This nice little moment that I didn't quite process until after the fact. I'm pretty sure I remember this. Joel and Tommy were the ones on patrol when they ran into Abby, and they swapped that out for Dina. I'm not sure exactly why that change was made. I think probably just to keep him in Jackson and give him some action to kind of play into. I think also to kind of leverage the fact that, having Tommy and Joel there having themselves get played by this group. Maybe that was a way to kind of get around that. So they had Joel and Dina be the ones to get caught instead. And putting Joel and Dina at threat is just more fuel to the fire for Ellie as well. Like her father figure and the girl that she loves, both in danger at the same time, drawing her out into this storm. I don't know. And then Jesse, the chemistry that all these players have is just really, really good. Like Isabella Merced as Dina is so charming, so endearing, so fun. and the way that Bella Ramsey interacts with all of them, I feel like they've known each other for a really long time, especially the way that Ellie and Jesse just kind of bicker and banter like siblings. I really love that. And then, like I said last episode, just that little scene with them at the supermarket with Dina and Ellie, love the way that showcased their shorthand and just their personalities in a really nice way. There's a lot of really great storytelling and character work that's going into this show. It's just really, really, really well done. The sequence of Abby trying to get away from the horde too. I remember that fence sequence from the game as well, with her just kind of scuttling through and trying to avoid the infected until she is saved by Joel in the very same manner like that. And the way they kind of play that out, again, the way they do certain things one-to-one so well. And in some of these iconic moments, though, we did lose some very iconic game moments in season 1. I know we're not that deep into the story just yet, but I like the way that they've kind of leaned into some of these elements and even heightened some of these things beyond what we got to see in the game so far. Especially, I think they get a little bit more of a benefit to doing that too, since they're splitting this game into 2 seasons, a minimum of 2 seasons at least. I'm really interested to see how the internet is going to be reacting, especially people who are just show only kind of players kind of coming in and watching along with this, because if you played the game, you knew what was coming, and you knew what to expect and where the story was going to go. For everybody else who managed to avoid all the spoilers and golf jokes that people were making along the way, talking about what was to come, I'm really curious to see how that's going to affect people. Because if my experience with The Walking Dead was any indicator, man, when a fan favorite dies, it can really shift an audience. I'm not going to say anything, but there's a couple major deaths in that show that turned people off the show completely. And that happened in the games too. Like the fact that, because Joel's death leaked long before the game came out. I had it spoiled before the game even came out. Some people didn't even give it a chance once they found out about that. The death of Joel in the game didn't bother me whatsoever. Even when I heard about it initially, I was like, okay. I'm kind of not surprised. It sucks that I had that spoiled, but I kind of wasn't surprised with the way the last game ended. It was almost set up that there would be consequences or fallout from that in some way, shape, or form. I'm very interested to see what the conversation is going to be around this now that this is kind of being exposed to a wider audience in a much broader way, on how the internet's going to react to it, how the casual fans are going to react to it. Let's be honest, it was a pretty vitriolic reaction when this all came out like online with the game. So I'm wondering how this is going to play out now. I'm really curious what the viewership's going to be like for episodes after this one. But that's all I got for this one, guys, for right now. Going to go ahead and leave it at that and pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherritt, Your Korskov, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, Watchtower, Domi, Gregory Toner, and Lily Chanson. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.